Hey man, if it feel good. I just turned on the camera, but I got another video for y'all. It feel good just to be able to come on the camera and just back to back to back to back to back drop gems for y'all niggas. Because at the end of the day, it's really gems for me. It's gems for me, but it's gems for y'all as well. When I help me, I help y'all, and when I help y'all, I help me. It's a really good exchange of energy. If you understand what energy is, if you don't actually understand what energy is, let me kind of give y'all a brief understanding. You feel me? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but as people here, we can create. For the beings that are here, you know what I'm saying, we can create. For the people that are creative, I'm not gonna sit here and say everyone can create, but for the people that are creative, you know who you are. Energy can be exchanged, and with the energy that I'm giving to you, by the knowledge that I have with inside of me, is just all energy. Information is just energy. So when I'm giving you information, I'm enlightening you, and with me enlightening you, you can go off on your path and you can be doing your own thing with the energy that I given you, and you can then manifest a whole thing with inside of you and then put it out into the public, and this shit could be helping me. It might not help me directly, but something that I taught you through the energy that I given to you, you could go and help somebody else, and that person can go help somebody else, and that person can go and help somebody else, because it's a cycle of life. That's what energy is. It cannot be created nor destroyed. So I'm giving you energy. You could be giving other people energy because of what I've given you. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, it's a full 360. It's gonna come back to me whether I like it or not. That's why I always try to put out good energy. What this video states though, what you clicked on this video is for, is like, you're not an asshole because you know who you are. I got some notes written down, so if I'm looking at my phone, that's why. And once again, like I said, you're not an asshole because you know who you are. People will try to make you out to be this evil person, this person who just don't get it, because you not on their frequency, you're on your own frequency. You get what I'm saying? So perhaps let me give you an example, because I don't go and hang out with my friends all the time, or because I have goals for myself, because I want to see myself, or because I remember what I came down here for, to push a message to help everybody else who is here, who is trying to level up. You get what I'm saying? I can't go and hang out with my friends every single day. I can't go do low vibrational shit. I can't go do all this shit that might seem fun short term, because I understand what I am here and what I was brought here to do. So because of that, people might look at you as like this asshole or this evil person. You get what I'm saying? Because, oh, like he like a dickhead. Oh, he don't want to come over here and party with us. He always say no. He always do this. But in reality, you really got a bigger plan. You got a bigger purpose. You get what I'm saying? Not a bigger purpose, but because at the end of the day, like I said, it's going to be all carried out throughout the whole consciousness, in a sense. Like, it's a full 360. So regardless of my purpose, as long as I'm doing my purpose, the energy that I am giving out is going to be recycled, and it's going to always come back to me, regardless of if it's instant or a delayed gratification. So with that being said, let me go ahead and tell you the notes. That niggas are really like paint you out to be this bad person when you're not this asshole that they pictured you out to be. But because you love yourself, it's gonna happen. For the first bullet that I have, the bullet point, it says having your own goals and distraction, or my bad, having your own goals and distancing yourself to achieve it will paint you as this asshole person. Understand, like I was saying, like, let me get this off my screen because I want to give y'all full undivided attention. That doesn't make you an asshole, bro. Understanding that you have your own goals, you have things that you want to accomplish, understanding that maybe distancing yourself will help you get to those faster, because you need yourself in order to even achieve those, because of the system that has been brought upon everyone in the America. Not even just the America, the whole damn world, my nigga. Like, the system that has been put on top of us, the system that has been put on top of us has been put in place to keep us far away from what we were brought down here to do. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's very hard to try to become your own business. Like, it's very hard for you to try to be your own person because of everything that is governing us. You get what I'm saying? And but it's real easy to go get a 9 to 5. You get what I'm saying? But it's real hard to go and take care of yourself. And you, like, why is that when everything is supposed to be for us? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it shouldn't be like that, but it is. And when you have your own goals and when you start to distance yourself, people, because they're not on that same time, because it's easier to go get a 9 to 5, it's easier to go do all this stuff, people will make it seem like because you aren't doing the same thing they doing, you the asshole type shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, hopefully this shit kind of makes sense. Like, the information and the energy that I feel kind of be hard sometimes to put into words, because a lot of words I feel like I don't necessarily even have for the feeling that I be feeling, or there's probably words that hasn't been created yet on some shit. Like, I'm one of them, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I feel like I'm really like I feel like I was brought down here to do me, and ain't nothing gonna stop me from doing me. Ain't nothing gonna stop me from words. So that's just one bullet point. Other bullet point is, people think you switched up because you're loving yourself. I had to slow down on that one, because people would really like people will really think you switched up, or they will switch up on you because you putting in a lot of time for yourself, or you sticking up for yourself. That's a big one. You'll stick up for yourself because you as a kid, right, you never had the courage, or you never had the voice to speak up for yourself because you didn't know how to. So as an adult, you won't let that childlike feeling within inside of you get blocked in a sense. So therefore you speak up for it. But because you speak up for what you believe, or because you speak up for what you know, right, they'll think you an asshole, or they'll think because you love yourself, like, you switching up on them, and like, this is really what's being played in front of us because of the things that has been placed on top of us, which I like to call the system, but it could just be the way the schools taught us to think, the way our parents taught us to think, and it's simply because they were taught to think this way too. In reality, I don't even think we supposed to, nigga, like like, the shit crazy the way like life is set up. You would think that you come down here and everybody should understand that everybody in a sense should be treated with respect. Everybody should be treated with the same kind of openness that you might have with, you get what I'm saying, like what you might have with yourself, right? You will be open with yourself, and because you are open with yourself enough to conjure in new information and new energy within self, right, you will go and try to tell somebody else this energy, or you'll go and try to tell somebody else this information, right, and try to transfer this energy so other people, so it would be a full 360 like how it's supposed to be, because we're supposed to be helping one another. We're not supposed to be thinking one person is better than another just because you're not open. Like, you would think everybody will be having the same openness to them, but they don't, and it's not necessarily their fault because they were raised that way. You get what I'm saying? So you can't necessarily blame them, but you can't also allow it to affect your energy. But at the same time, when you don't allow it to affect your energy, now you the asshole. Shit, nigga, I'll be the asshole then at that point, my nigga. Damn, like, but like this is what the video is for. Is because just because you understand yourself, just because you love yourself, just because you know yourself, doesn't make you the asshole. Just because you understand what you were brought down here to do and you're doing it, and it might take you away from certain people or certain things, don't make you the asshole. You get what I'm saying? Just understand yourself, and with you understanding yourself and loving yourself, because these people will make it seem like you're the asshole, over time they will learn that it was just within them. And once they can't pin the blame on you no more, because you are actually getting to where you want to be in your life, right? They can't pin the blame on you no more because you're gonna be gone after a couple years or whatever, right? You're gonna be gone, nigga. Who they gonna pin the blame on? They gonna have nobody to pin the blame on but themselves. And then they're gonna finally understand. But through the energy that you put out over the course of the years or whatever, right? Like I said, it's gonna be that full 360. Maybe they will sit down and listen to that advice from the asshole, and you get what I'm saying? They gonna finally level up, which they were brought here to do anyway. But they gonna finally be where they need to be because of them taking the time out to actually listen to self and understand that they were the asshole that was not open. You get what I'm saying? And realizing that it's hopefully y'all understand it. Hopefully y'all understand. That's just 2 bullet points. The third one is, I believe we all have our own purpose, and focusing on self will bring that naturally, and it would naturally distance yourself. And that is true. Like, I was just saying that earlier. I feel like we were all brought down here to have our own purpose. Shit, one of my purposes is me getting on this camera and giving y'all advice, giving y'all energy, giving y'all information, because that's just simply what I was brought down here to do. Not necessarily only that, because I could do anything the fuck I want to do. You get what I'm saying? I could be a YouTuber, I could be a trader, I could be a gamer, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. But simply allowing myself to do what self needs to do in order for this information to be perceived and pushed out in a way that everyone else can understand it. You get what I'm saying? Like, to help the youth, to help the community and shit like that is the way I feel like it should be brung, like put in front of y'all, in a sense. Like hopefully that kind of made sense. Like, understand you have your own purpose, right? You were brought down here to do what you were brought down here to do. Might not be anything. You could do anything. You could be anything. But understanding that you need you to do that. So don't discard yourself, because you need you to break the system. You get what I'm saying? And while doing it, understand that you will be looked at as the asshole, unfortunately. But that doesn't make you an asshole, because you understand what you were brought down here to do. And over time, it will all come into 360. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I explained energy in the beginning, because like I said, as long as you putting in the time with yourself, as long as you understand what you were brought down here to do, regardless of who might look at you as the asshole, you are changing more lives than destroying lives, because you are setting the example that it is possible for you to be you. You don't have to fall under the system. You get what I'm saying? In order to make it in this world, which it was never supposed to be like that to begin with. But once you realize that you need you in order to beat, or not even beat the system, but like, you need you in order to be you, which kind of makes sense. But you will realize that, nigga, a lot of the things that's here is meant to take you away from you. So you would think whole time all these thoughts that you're having is you, when it's not. Like, hopefully this shit making sense. Like, for the people that it's supposed to make sense to, it's gonna make sense to. Like I said, you're not an asshole because you know who you are. Understand your purpose. Understand that these people might not understand you at this point in time in your life where you are, or what you are right now. But keep you and love you. Like, don't run away from you just because other people think certain things about you. You get what I'm saying? And your purpose is going to get you closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer to you. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be simple, but it's not going to be easy because of the things that we were taught to believe. We were taught to believe a lot of shit that doesn't abide by self. Like, we were taught to believe a whole bunch of shit that doesn't make sense to self because it's not real. So when you are, like, for instance, emotions are very real. But what are emotions supposed to be used for? If you look at the simplicity of emotions, it's nothing more than information. Yeah, you get emotional, but that's just energy in motion. So with this energy being in motion, which I told you, which I taught you, energy is just information. You have to understand that when you're emotional, it's information that your flesh, that your soul and spirit is trying to tell you and help you learn from, in a sense. But if you so focus on things that's outside of you that you cannot control, then it's taking you away from yourself. You get what I'm saying? You can't have that. You cannot be 1 foot in trying to fulfill your purpose, but then be another foot out, still scared of the system, still believing in fear, still believing in this lower vibration of yourself, not understanding that this lower vibration is 1 foot in this door and 1 foot in this door. You trying to be one with self, but also still scared of what reality was placed upon you, and you cannot grow like that. That's like them teaching you that orange juice grow a plant, right? But then you realize that water grows a plant faster, right? Like, you'll be like, oh shit, like, you'll be like, okay, they say orange juice grow this plant, so I'm gonna keep on doing this. But I realize that when I come to myself, what I realize is when I come to myself and I figure out that water grows this plant way more, let's just say orange juice grows a plant. Oh, this orange juice grows this plant, but it doesn't grow as fast. But when I go to myself and realize that water grows this plant substantially fast, it's like, okay, cool, I could just use water, I could just be with myself, but I'm still trying to balance it out when you can't. You can't have 1 foot in the water and 1 foot out the water. In a sense, like, you will try to water it with orange juice because that's what they told you was right, but then you still trying to listen to yourself. Like, now you overwater, now your plant gonna die even faster because you overwater in that motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to, in a sense, choose one. And that's kind of like what it is. It's like, it's kind of like, that's just kind of like what it is. Hopefully, like, that analogy kind of made sense a little bit. But that's the third bullet point. Remember who you are and what you were brought down here to do, which is just nothing more than being you. You already have everything that you need to be you. Like, you already have everything that you need to be you. Like, you already have everything. Like, in a sense of, oh, you want to be a fighter, right? I mean, shit, that's still a part of the system. But let's just say you want to save lives. Okay, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to save lives. But understand, like, that in your head you might think, oh, I can't do that because of certain things that has been placed upon you, possibly fear. You don't want to burn alive, which, who say you gotta burn alive to save people? Oh, you don't want to, like, you don't want to go through certain things. Who say you got to go through those certain things? Like, understand that regardless of what you do got to go through, everything that you need to go through those things, you already have it within inside of you. Do you understand that? So understand what you were brought down here to do, and don't forget it. Do it. Like, love yourself. You get what I'm saying? Don't fight yourself. Fighting yourself is believing in the emotion. Like, which it's nothing wrong with understanding what the emotion is trying to tell you, but believing in the emotion, you will step in front of yourself to guard this emotion when this emotion is bringing nothing but thought. The shit not real yet. It's nothing but information. You get what I'm saying? So you will try to step in front of the information instead of letting the information pass through you because you don't understand that you already have everything. Remember what you came down here to do is all I'm saying. Because if you remember what you came down here to do and who you are, and understanding that you already got everything, in order for you to allow it to manifest, in a sense, magic type shit, like, you won't even, when you feel misled or when you feel like these emotions and shit, you won't even be able to step in front of it because you understand that these are nothing but, it's just nothing much other than information and shit that, yes, you do need to kind of observe. You need to observe this information and these thoughts that are passing through your brain. You get what I'm saying? But don't allow it to stop you from being you, because you already got everything. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, hopefully for the people, like I said, my videos ain't gonna make sense to everybody, but it's gonna make sense to the people that it's supposed to make sense to, because not everybody is chosen. I'm not gonna sit here and say that the chosen people are different from the people that aren't chosen, because I believe that everyone could be chosen in a sense if you use your, not even if you use your brain, but if you allow self to help. Everyone can be chosen. That's why I'm putting this information out. So like I said, it can come back full 360, but not only can it come back full 360, it like I said in the beginning, when I help you, it helps me, and when I help me, it helps you. Like, regardless, bro, stop fighting yourself, but also wanting to break the system, because you need yourself for that. And I already kind of said this earlier. This was a bullet point, but I already kind of said that earlier. Like, stop fighting yourself, but you also want to break the system because you need yourself for that. So, like, in a sense, fighting yourself, like I said, is those emotions. Those emotions will be put in play. You would think, oh, I need some money. I need some money because I need some money right now because of rent. I need some money right now because of my phone bill. I need some money right now because of this. I need some money right now because of that. I need some money right now because of this. But you only feel that way because you're not, like, well, not even, you can feel that way. There's nothing wrong with feeling that way, but at the same time, understand why you're feeling that way. You're feeling that way because of the systems that's been placed in front of you, first and foremost. You're feeling that way when you really don't need none of that shit. Especially if you have yourself. If you have yourself, you will figure out how to get it. And with the emotions being bottled up inside of your head, you will be so contemplated on the emotions and the feeling of not having it, that you will manifest that into your life before the time even come for it to happen. You'll be so fixated on not having rent, so you will try to hurry up and get everything in order. But because the whole reason you trying to get everything in order is because you thinking about not having rent. But because you thinking about this shit, but also trying to get everything in order, it will, when the time comes, put you in place to not have rent. Because you scared, because of the emotions, because you're stepping in front of yourself. You're fighting yourself in a sense of it's like what you've been doing hasn't been working as you feel. But in reality, it has been working, but because of the emotions that is taking place, because of this time, or because of the things that you have been taught to believe, you will start fighting yourself. You need yourself to break the system. So stop fighting yourself. Like love yourself, nigga. Real talk, like, love yourself. Like, that's the best. Like, love yourself, bruh. Love yourself, bro. And like I said, everybody can be chosen. I feel like, personally, I don't think really in a sense of white and black and color, I don't think there's too much that on this physical plane of existence, with us being like fucking flesh, right? With us being flesh and we can touch each other and shit like that. Other than that, I don't believe that is nothing else truly that separate us when it comes to like soul and spirit. I do believe that not everybody got a soul, and that's tough. Not everybody got a soul, but at the same time, I believe everything on here, if you can see it, it has a spirit. In a sense, it is there. It exists. You get what I'm saying? It is used for something. So with that being said, in a sense, everybody, in a sense, kind of have an understanding of everything, regardless of if we're in this flesh or not, regardless if we reincarnate into an ant, regardless if we reincarnate into a bee, we all understand that we are here for a specific reason. You get what I'm saying? And without, like, fuck the skin, my nigga. Not to say that the skin isn't important, because I believe that it tells us certain things while we are here. So it's not fuck the skin, but when it comes to understanding yourself isn't this skin. You're not the skin, nigga. You're not the flesh. You're within inside of the skin. You are the person who not thinks but know. So with that being said, like I say, everyone in a sense with the understanding of who you are can be chosen. But for the people that aren't chosen, and for the people that don't necessarily understand you because they aren't open with their self, when you try to defend yourself and step up for yourself and it makes you look like the asshole, right? Regardless of if people calling you the asshole and people not really truly understanding you because you understand yourself, you get what I'm saying, and they don't understand they self, it's still okay to be apologetic. Because when you hold grudges and when you hold like this feeling within inside of you because they don't understand you and they're calling you an asshole, it's not going to affect nobody but you. So if they're calling you an asshole and you're like, man, fuck them because I don't, like, they don't understand me, woo, this, that, and the third, you're the only person that feel that on the inside. You get what I'm saying? So it's okay to be apologetic because at the end of the day, we like, oh, fuck them, woo, this, that, and the third, but the only reason we thinking that is because of what we were taught to believe. We were taught to believe that there's separation. We were taught to believe that there's people that's chosen and there's people that's not chosen. We were taught to believe that if you don't believe in this and I believe in this, then this is better than this. So because this is better than this, I'm going to eat you and you don't matter. I'm going to chew you out, spit you out, disrespect you because this is better than this, when it's really not. So it's okay to still, even if you're right, or even if you know yourself, or even if you're chosen, to be apologetic, because at the end of the day, we're not supposed to be right or wrong. In a sense, we are supposed to love. Hate is just another form of love, regardless of however you look at it, because there's duality in everything. There's a polar opposite in everything. So understanding yourself and understanding like that you love yourself and you wouldn't treat someone else like fuck them because they didn't understand you. Like when you was a kid, not everybody understood you, but because you know what I'm saying, you was a kid, you would just allow shit to pass through you because you were a kid. You get what I'm saying? And also you didn't know how to take up for yourself. As adults now, as we are all adults, we need to understand that just because one person think we're wrong and one person think we're right doesn't mean that we're wrong and right. Just understand yourself, love yourself, move with yourself, stop fighting yourself. You will be fighting yourself because of the systems that's been placed up, like on us, my nigga. You will be fighting yourself. It's not hard, but it's simple. Well, it's not easy, but it's simple. You know what I'm saying? And loving yourself, regardless of what people think of you, will get you closer and closer to yourself. And yeah, bro, be apologetic, bro. Just because people don't understand you don't mean that you got to be an asshole back to them. They call you an asshole, but that's how they feel on the inside. You don't feel that way. So regardless of if they don't understand you, still understand that you still have the love within inside of yourself to give them, regardless of if they don't understand you in that specific point in time or not. But just don't allow the understanding of being apologetic allow you to go back to the person, right, and they drain you of your energy. Understand the balance. Like, yes, be apologetic, but don't stop being you. You get what I'm saying? Love yourself, nigga. Yeah, nigga, love yourself, nigga. I think that's all. I ain't gonna lie.